Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing goody. I hope everybody's doing well. Today is a wonderful day because you're alive. You are well for the most part. For those of you who are not well, just continue to trust God. Continue to take whatever medication is given to you and continue to pray that He will heal you. The Bible says that He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He does not change. God still works miracles. Jesus still works miracles. Miracles still happen. So trust Him to deliver you. Don't give up. You just have to pray. Sometimes you just have to pray every day. Pray, 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 and say, you're not stop till the bottom of the bucket they drop out. You're not stop till you get your breakthrough. Sometimes you just have to do that. You have to just pray and be vigilant. This morning, Mr. Satan, me nah give up in it. Me nah serve you. Me not serving you. My heart and my soul and my mind already belong to Jesus Christ. And you can't take back. You know them situation where you can't is that you can't give and take back. It stay, it fasten down. That's how you have to be in your prayer life. All right, until you see your breakthrough. I was talking with let's call a person a friend. I would call that person a friend. You know, sometimes you have to call things that are not as though they were. And I like talking with that individual. I think that individual is far more educated than I am. When I thought the individual actually has the person, let me let you know the gender of the individual. I thought she had her master's. I was shocked. I'm not even sure. I should ask her if she had her first degree. I think it maybe it's just an associate degree as opposed to a bachelor's or bachelor rather. I would have to confirm with her, but I'm sure when we had the conversation, because I was taken aback, me not bright compared to that individual. As much as I have my master's, I'm not bright in comparison to that individual. That individual has taught me so much. I've learned. I like when that individual is around. I learn. I literally learn. Michelle Price, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Michelle. Brilliant lady you are. You're a brilliant, 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 brilliant lady, Miss Michelle Price. All right. And she spoke with me and she said to me, you know, she was listening to something this morning on the news. I think some minister speaking. I don't know if it was a prime minister or some other minister speaking. And they were doing a tallying or looking at productivity across the workforce. I don't know if they were making a comparison in the public sector and the private sector or just looking at them separately. But I remember her saying that productivity has gone down in the last, was it 10 to 20 years, by 20 or more percent? It has gone down. And I am smiling because it's not a good smile, although I'm smiling. Because productivity has never been at an all high in this country. I want somebody to show me whatever statistics that you've had, and don't show me just your one company. We're talking across the board. So we have to look at majority in this sense. Majority matters here. Majority counts in this sense. And we're talking both. And if you see productivity across the board in private, it's very difficult to compare private sector with public sector because the pay grade in general, is different in private sector versus public sector, and you know that already, you know, because they work on profit and all of that. Government organizations, they are non-profit organizations. They have to wait on aids, grants, loans, and these things. You know, so when these things don't come in, you know, it's a problem for public sector organizations. So it's you know, there's a saying that's a reward sweeten labor. So when a man is working, for example, at I don't want to say a low tier, mid-tier job, both in public and private sectors, and one person is earning, for example, $200,000 monthly gross under the public sector, and under the private sector, same tier, maybe even the job description is not even much different, you know, they're working 2 times the amount, $400,000 gross. There's a major difference. So productivity in private sector would be higher than in public sector. I would want somebody to show me proof to dispute that. I'd want somebody to show me proof to dispute that. So it would be high. Reward sweeten labor, especially money. Come on, we're human beings. Hence the Bible said the love of money is a root, not the root, because there are other roots, that can steer people the wrong way. Not only money, power. This hunger for power. So that is why it's a root. Please note the word is not the. I hear a lot of people quote it and say money is the root. When you say the, you're talking about autonomy. You're talking about the ultimate, the overarching thing. No, it is a root. There are other roots, that can create and cause people to go the wrong way. So in terms of this, so I think it is a public sector, because she was having her discussion with her co-worker about the public sector situation. But so I'm thinking that's why I can confirm with her, that it was a public sector she was relating to, that productivity has gone down by about 20-something% or 20%, something thereabout. And I smile, but it's not really a good smile. Like, I'm happy. But productivity across the board in Jamaica has never been at an all high. We have never been not even on a level that you can say, I love how I see Jamaica is going. Just look at the fact that look at our debt service ratio. We are so indebted that it is not funny. We are so indebted that I wonder if we should continue naming our country Jamaica or just call the land of debt. The land of debt. Look at the number of persons who are so indebted here. No, we can't make comparisons with the big America. Because I know people, they would say, boy, in America they have a lot of credit card debts and all of that. Look at the small Jamaica. Look how many loan companies are coming up, these loan sharks, with their high interest rates. You can't get the loan easily, but what you have to pay back, and if you don't pay back, they want to embarrass you, they target you, they torment you, they come at you. A country that is productive can be going through all of these things like that, with so many loan sharks. We don't need all of them, because people will be okay, fair enough, on a fair, equal, sort of, I don't even want to say equilibrium, but on a fair ground. So they wouldn't be necessary. So these loan sharks wouldn't come up. They do their research. That's why they come up. They realize that nobody has no money. If I was to walk up to the average person, if 20 people just randomly pass me, at maybe, let us say, they seem like they're over 20. Let's put it that they're over 20. We're not talking children now. And they're over 20. We're not talking somebody elderly now, 70 or 80 or 90 or whatever. So between 20 to about 50 something, 60. And they say, you can give me $10,000 or lend me $10,000. You're just doing it. You're just doing a test. Not, you might say, because they don't know you. You just want to see something. You want to hear their response. You get me? And they might, let us say they say no. And you say, you can't tell me why you say no. They might say, one, I don't know you. Two, I actually really don't have it. And you're going to keep hearing that. I don't have it. I would want somebody to give me $10,000 right now. And $10,000 is still less than $100 US. And you talk about productivity going down. You know why part and parcel, because I don't want somebody to run, and I'm saying it's the ultimate and the only. But part and parcel as to why productivity is low in this country is that workers are treated badly. Workers are treated badly by management and other workers. I have been the victim of that. Nobody can tell me foolishness. And I've heard people talk about their experiences. And you can be a competent worker, and if somebody at that workplace or one so-called significant person at that workplace does not like you, you better believe, you better pray that God is with you. They will make your life a living hell. They will make your life a living hell. They will tear to shreds. They will sow seed of discord. Nothing you do will ever be right for the individual. They will make you seem incompetent. They will make you seem stupid. Make you seem that you can't do anything. You say, what? And you don't wonder why productivity low in this country or in the public sector? Flintstone was even more modern than some government agencies. Flintstone, where them have the whole heap of, Stone Age, something that they're using, and if them like the girl, they lick her over the head and knock her out and carry her and do whatever it is, and writing on stone tablets and all these little things. When you go in some of these government agencies, the amount of paper where you say you can build house, and trust me, the house will stand up strong to hold the much paper there, the water couldn't seep through. Got too many, it's too much paper. Or too many papers, rather. You couldn't even, trust me, nothing could move that. Paper, 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 paper. They wouldn't even provide their staff with, you know, just basic modern day technologically advanced instruments or gadgets to make the work easier, especially if they're on the road. You know, if they're traveling officers, if they have to go on the road and do different things. Even if you're in the office, to get messages quickly sent and quickly dealt with. Because guess what? I just some little whatever workers. That's basically what is really said. It's not said like that in your face, but basically that is what is said in the actions. And people don't understand that actions just speak louder than words. Your words really mean nothing when your actions is in conflict with your words, you know. If your words is saying A and your actions is saying B, is your B is the dominant of the two? B is the dominant of the two, not the words. I can get up here and say all kind of flowery and lovely words, but it's my actions that really matter. If I get up and I say I love you, and at the end of the day I lock you out, I don't feed you when you're hungry, I don't clothe you when you need clothes, I tell you the worst things on the planet, I sow seeds of discord, try and get others to hate you and to be against you, make you look incompetent, make you look stupid, mock you, laugh at you. Even if it is not true about you in terms of, you know, just even if it have to tell lie on you, you know. And they will talk about productivity low. Look at how workers are treated badly. They're treated horrific in the workplaces, and that's part and parcel. Resources are a joke. Some of these companies won't provide enough and proper laptops and even tablets. You still have to be going out with book and pencil like you still have primary school or prep school. And I have no problems with writing. Writing is actually good. It's good to keep because it's good for the brain. But I'm saying, my goodness gracious me, government agencies will get aids and benefits that other places will not get because they're a non-profit organization. So some of the things they will get on a discounted pricing. You know, so they won't get it at the original price because, as I said, it's a non-profit organization and it benefits the country. So a number of things come into play when you're dealing with government agencies, and they would never lobby on behalf of the workers. Because who the workers are who? Who are the workers? Them not help me. Them not put food on my table. Some of the business with them. Me get a little thing we get. If I sound like a second hand mash up thing or paper, them have to write pan, so it go. If them toilet, them mash up so, sure. Then computer mash up, then sit down there and wait till whatever I go borrow somebody else's own. I use a mash up one till so and so. So they pay you just enough to keep you from quitting and just enough to keep you from and you work hard enough to keep from getting fired. As Les Brown would say in his words. And you wonder why productivity low? So you think that all these things motivate people when you treat people bad, sow seeds of discard, make them feel like them stupid and them incompetent when you're having your PE as in performance evaluation. When you're having your performance evaluation and somebody comes into a company bright-eyed, you know, and they have the vim, the vigor and the vitality, and by the end of the year you're wondering how, you know, you're saying, no man, something is wrong. You look at their competencies, you look at their abilities, you look at their skills, because you can tell an individual by just look, after interacting with an individual, after even a week, you can tell even something about them positive. That's a strength in them. You can see it. You will be able to see it. And at the end of the year, you wonder if it's the same individual. The individual feels out of it. They have lost hope. Everything they say is just futile. It makes no sense. They try everything and nothing pleases some employers. They make the employee look like, you know, the employee can't do the work. And sometimes when you try to work, a high school student can do it. Because how you write and how they write is different. They try to make you look like you're an idiot. Because they clean the desk differently from how you clean the desk. You make it look like as if they're lazy or they can't do the work good. And let me tell you, jealousy and envy is rampant in both public and private sector. Don't get me wrong, but let me tell you something, man. Oh my goodness. In the public sector, jealousy and envy, when those two meet up, remember me tell you, the only savior you have is Jesus Christ. Because them the two, they're going to create a serious mayhem in your life, Them the two, they're going to create and especially where there are a number of women, especially when there is a number of women, a certain number of women, and the men are, minor in comparison to them. And they talk about productivity low when staff they're treated poorly in terms of attitude, in terms of behaviors, in terms of the resources given to them, in terms of their pay, not matching up to what it is that they're qualified to do and what even they're competent enough to do, their abilities and the potentialities. Sometimes their potentialities are not even honed. It's not nurtured. Sometimes people come with ideas and all year, we don't have the money, 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 where's the money then? It must have gone to Pluto. Or they decided to take up that bunch of money and throw it in the fire. Either it burn up or it has gone to Pluto, Mars, Jupiter, one of them. How much of them planets them say? I don't even remember, but I forgot to go look back. Because the money must have left Earth. You keep hearing that we don't have where is the money then? Can somebody tell me where is the money? Where is the money? And then you talk about productivity low in this country, in the public sector. I'm sure many of you, if you were to tell me your experiences at working for people, you would probably cry before you could start talking. I talked to a few business owners and, they said, Toni-Ann, it's hard running the business. I said, no, sir, let me ask you, would you go back to corporate life? They say, you're mad. That's the response to me. They would never go back because they remember what corporate life was like. They remember what working for others was like. They remember it. Horrific. And you don't have to do anybody anything. They just see you and decide that they take a dislike to you and create mayhem in their life. And they're determined to get others on board. Because evil can't keep to itself, it has to get others to join in. That's how it is. It's like promiscuity. It can't stay. A person is promiscuous because evil, it can't stay to itself. It has to go here, there, everywhere. Just continuing. And we talk about productivity low. When resources are horrific to the staff, and they're not being lobbied for, they're not being defended. If injustice and unfairness are the order of the day, they're on the menu as a main course. Injustice, unfairness, bad treatment, poor treatment. There's a book that I read called Bullies, something about bullyism in the workplace. I don't remember the title. It stick like a textbook. I had to read everything. My God, it was horrific. Name me. I don't know if they're brother and sister, or it's a husband and wife situation. But it's not here. But everything that I read in that book is what I experienced or see happen here in our country. Right here. Both public and private sectors. Been to both. Or been in both. Worst is the worst. And they talk about productivity low. When they treat the workers them like crap, they treat it badly, paid poorly, resources coming like a joke, no scope for growth, no scope for development. People sow seeds of discord, treat you horrific, make you feel horrific coming to work, not tell you man, not speak to you, not this, not that. Try to embarrass you, try to shame you, or try to make you look incompetent because maybe they have their own what should I say, self-esteem issues, Or maybe others have done it to them, so they decide that they're going to try to do it to somebody else who they see potential in, who they know can do great things, so they want to tear you down before you even think big of yourself. Because usually that's what happens, when people sometimes is jealousy and envy, when they see potentiality in your growth in you, and that you can, maybe they feel it will supersede them and throw them out, and you take over, they just say, you know what, I'm going to kill this cockroach, according to them, before it comes and it spreads and takes over and kicks me out. And that sometimes that's not even intention of the individual. The intention of the individual is to just grow, do well, build the organization, obviously try and get promoted, and help others to come up high with him or her. And then when you talk about productivity, Lou, and then you guys know that you're not treating people badly, saying horrific and lies behind people back about others because of your own jealousies and envies, and try to distort people's character and their abilities and their capabilities. Even if they make one or two little mistakes, you may think, say, boy, they shot somebody. And we talk about productivity, Lou. You think it's a joke? I guess this is really a joke. As somebody said, the country want battery pull and restart. Battery pull, the battery the one dash and a new one come in. You can't treat people bad and expect work to do well. The organization to do well. You cannot treat people bad or treat an individual bad and expect the place to be brought to God. Where strife is, all forms of evil will present itself. That's what the Bible says, and it is true. The Bible is a blueprint for life. Where strife is, all forms of evil present itself. And you could think could do good thing, like if you not create strife, no blessing from God now come there. So unless God say I'm going to make the sheep among wolves. And because of, when Joseph was in Potiphar's house, because of Joseph, Potiphar was blessed. Because of Jacob, Laban was blessed. Y'all know Jacob was original. Although Joseph, maybe when he was younger, he kind of full of pride. And show off on him brother, because I know same father did love him more. The best. Outside of that, no. Blessing now striving at the place. I can't wonder. When I wonder how the place just now grow. You can't treat people bad and wonder how the place now grow. When you can't treat workers bad and wonder how the place not growing, people, when you can't pay the workers them purely, and look at the pay that you offer to the workers and look at your own salaries and ask yourself, oh my God, is it that other things you make especially different from them workers like you're a different form of human beings, like you have a higher form of human beings than some? Because the fact of the matter is, if you take a knife and cut here and they take a knife and cut you, it's the same blood that gonna run out, maybe different blood type, but blood is gonna run. And if both individuals are shot, physically shot at sections that can be damaging to the body, both individuals can either die or turn vegetable or something go wrong with you for a while. That's why they always say nobody's indispensable, nobody's irreplaceable. I mean, you have to be careful how you use that. It will make it seem as if you don't value people. But I know where it is coming from. Because God forbid, even if somebody's an excellent worker in every area, sometimes it's hard to find back somebody. But you can find back and even better. There's a song that says that there's always somebody greater and better. In terms of their competencies and skills. Not in terms of just human being. Because good character is just good character. You either possess it or you don't possess it. Productivity will always be low when you treat workers bad and pay them poorly and resources are skimmed. It will always be bad. If they're waiting on monies in the public sector, I've never seen anything like this. If they're waiting on getting gratuities or paid vacation or you wait for no. You ever see them little skeleton thing, those memes where the lady sitting or crossing her legs and waiting on her husband? It might be funny, but it's true. Not, maybe in that sense, but also in terms of waiting for monies owed to you or should be given to you. You wait till like kingdom come. If we continue treating workers bad, the productivity rate will even go further. That has never been even at a fair enough rate. Never. It has always been on a low across the board. And it just will continue to go down and down and down and down. Because we can't outstubborn God until you decide to change and be fair to people. Take a pay cut and give people better pays and salaries, wages, whatever you call it. Reduce our debts. Make it easy for people to own decent homes and decent cars. They can change their cars after a few years. Make it easy for them. Pay them properly. Pay them properly. Because they will give you reward sweet labor. They will work hard. And many of them have tried. And it's like they labor in vain. But there's a God who sits high and looks low. And he will repay them in the right way. Reward them in the right way one day. Pay them well. And treat them good. And set up things for accountability frameworks and programs and, you know, what should I say, an atmosphere, so that a worker doesn't come in and feel, you know, ostracized and rejected and treated poorly, and it is not dealt with. Hold people accountable. Make the work environment palatable. Make people feel good to get up. In the majority, can people tell me they feel good to get up to go and work? We're talking about deep in their hearts. We're not talking about because they're going to earn some money. We're talking about they're so happy and joyous to go to their jobs. They feel so in the majority. Can that happen? Is that the case? Is that our reality? And check the reasons as to why. Anyway, we reap what we sow. So I'm not surprised when I hear all of these things about productivity being low. I've been saying this for over the years. Only God can intervene and make changes and transformation. All right? Have a good one, my beautiful people. Love and stay blessed. Stay sweet.